Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your July 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Sagittarius, there is a lot going on in the planets in the month of July, a lot behind the scenes. We have retrogrades, supermoons, solar flares. You may be feeling all of the energy shifts happening in the month of July. So this reading will focus on the overall energy for you, your greatest strengths, fullest potential, action steps. We'll get messages from your guides as well as an outcome. All right, Sagittarius, this is the month for you to really take a deep dive. Now, your overall energy here is Scorpio, go deeper. So you may be diving into soul purpose. You may be looking into things intensely. You may be diving into your career. How can you shift? How can you bring in new income sources? You may be doing researching. I'm getting here, some of you may be preparing. There could be preparation here for a move, for an interview, for a new course of study to take your business to the next level. You may be diving into relationships as well as the dynamics that you have between people and between your work. And is it aligned with your soul purpose? Is it aligned with what's going on in here? Because for a lot of you, something has been off, or it hasn't been feeling as good because something, again, was a little bit disconnected. So you're going within this month to take a look at how you can make some radical changes. Now, we've recently had that full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd, and that was a really intense energy about a reality check. What is working in your life, what's not? And you may be taking a deep dive into some past energies. It could be traditions. I'm getting strong Hierophant energy. So it could even be cultural conditions, societal, familia, whatever you have been taught, you may be taking a look at and saying, do I believe this? Is this true for me? Do I need to work 16-hour days like my father or my father's father? Do I need to do it this way? Do I have to go the traditional route? Or can I branch off and do something completely against the grain, something fresh, something new? Same with love, same with health. A lot of you are digging deeper and you're finding the information through your own intuition, through your own research, instead of possibly relying on other people. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have resources and have people help you out. I feel if you are looking for additional resources in the form of people, you're attracting the right ones that can actually help give you answers, because some of you have went to people in the past, I'm getting, for help, whether it was professionals, whether it was support from family, whether it was love, whatever it was, and I feel like you were disappointed. And so you've had to kind of rely on yourself for a bit here, Sag, and you are now opening yourself up to new ways of doing things. So let's take a look and see what this is all about. We have the Judgment card showing up. Yeah, this Judgment is all about taking a look at your past through the eyes of compassion. This can be a loving and compassionate review of the past. Some of you, you're realizing that some effects had some deep consequences. Maybe you've stayed in a situation because you've made a choice to do so. Perhaps there was something you've said, something you've done. I feel like you're being given a second chance because you are choosing to do things in a new way. And that's what keeps showing up here for you. So the overall energy, Sagittarius, in the month of July is creating a life that you love. It is releasing judging others or judgments on yourself for what's happened in the past. This is about a fresh start, a clean slate here. And a lot of you are finally hearing the call. Maybe you've been hearing the call for quite some time. When I say call, this is soul purpose. This is your soul's true calling to heal some wounds of the past, to embrace change. For whatever reason, some of you felt like you couldn't move. You couldn't move. Maybe physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you weren't able to move. And that has caused you to go within here, because now you have an earned reward, because right behind it you have the Three of Coins. Now the Three of Coins is all about building a solid foundation. And look at her. She is stepping on those books. And we've been talking a lot about research and education and knowledge. A lot of you may be diving into podcasts, online courses. You may be going back to school. You may be a teacher. You may be even a student. It doesn't have to be in the traditional sense, though. For some of you it is, but you may not agree with how certain regulations or rules or systems are done, and you may be going against the grain saying, I want to do things differently. I don't agree with how that's done. Kudos to you, Sagittarius. Take a stand. Be a rebel with a cause is what I always like to say here. Build a solid foundation, because in the past, there were lessons that were repeated repetitively over and over again. And some of you felt like you were that hamster on a wheel going round and round and round in your career or your relationship or even within yourself. They're showing me a finger pointing back at the self. So a lot of you had to do some deep reflective work. You had to take accountability for the role that you play in this matrix, the role that you've played in a relationship or in a career. Now, I'm not pointing the fingers back at you and saying something is all your fault, but you are you are responsible for taking accountability of your life, of your healing, of your growth, your learning. No one else is. Right? And perhaps for some of you in the past, you were looking for other people or external validation for your own growth and healing, where you're saying, no, I got to take responsibility. I've made a choice. Now I'm going to move on and make a new choice because I don't like where that old one got me. So the Three of Coins is about you finding the right people that support you, that are like-minded, that are willing to pull their weight. Now, some of you may have gone through a period where someone was just doing things kind of, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This could be people that you worked with. Maybe they were not pulling their weight. For others of you, this was a relationship where you were putting in the work, but you started to build a little bit of resentment, or you started to judge someone or even yourself because you had to do everything and you felt like you didn't have that support. There's something here shifting and changing, because in this Three of Coins, you're going deeper and you're saying, how can I advance? How can I ascend my energy? How can I create a life that I'm proud of, a life that I love, and undergo this spiritual awakening that really you've been going through for years? I'm hearing a lot of you have been in this spiritual awakening for years, and sometimes those aren't fun. Right? Rarely are they fun. They're deep. They're difficult. It causes us to really go inward and look at some shadows, look at some challenges, look at some deep-seated beliefs, get to some trauma, some roots, right? It allows us to really reflect. And sometimes that can be difficult and challenging to maybe admit to ourselves that we made a choice that we had to deal with the consequence. Or someone else may be thinking that way about you as well. They may have said, well, I'm just going to judge this person without knowing anything about them. And it caused you to kind of feel a little bit isolated or left out. So you're definitely going deeper. There's a little bug going, a little fly there. I don't know if you can see it, but some of you, that could be, there's a distraction. So it could be something minor, someone's words, or a small distraction here that threw you off balance. But now I feel like you are listening to one of the 4 agreements that Don has in his book, where you're not taking things personally. Right? You're not looking at that situation and saying any longer, oh, that person is judging me, therefore I must be bad, or I must be doing this. Or you're not retaliating, where maybe you did in the past. Maybe you stooped to someone else's level because they really triggered you. So Sagittarius, there's something here about you going within and choosing to do things differently. And I'm getting here unconditional love, or coming back to source, coming back to yourself. So your greatest strength and your fullest potential in the month of July. You have this Cancerian energy here, and we are in the Cancer season, and this is about relax. relaxing, right? This is instead of letting our fight or flight come out, right? We want to attack, we want to retaliate, we want to fight, we have our walls and our defenses up, or we want to run, right? There's fight or flight. But instead of that area being activated within our energy, this is the time for you to step back, to tune into the portal of your heart here, and just to relax through some of those challenges, difficulties, and traumas, because something may have been getting triggered within you or within another person that is causing some sort of turmoil here in the past. And I feel like this is a good month for, yes, some deep reflection, but it's also a good time to meditate, connect with your guides, take a vacation, take a walk if you're able to, get out there in nature, drink more water, eat more whole foods, be kind to yourself. They're also giving me one of those, you see it sometimes in the shirts, the be kind with a bee on it. Some of you may be wearing that right now, or maybe you've recently seen that. That could be a sign that comes in for you, whether it is on a social media post, it could be a shirt, it could be something you have yourself, or maybe you're walking out in nature and you see a bee and that it reminds you to be kind. There's something here with compassion and kindness, and also leaving the world a better place, leaving the world a better place. Even if someone did you wrong, or even if someone projects onto you, it's almost like you're wrapped up in a bubble, a cocoon, or a shield, which sometimes we need to do. We need to have that energy bounce back or bounce off us so it doesn't penetrate our energy field and then we react or respond based on that. That's what you do not want to have happen, Sagittarius. And I feel like that's why you have this energy of your greatest strength is to just chillax, relax a bit. Don't let other people's actions affect you like they have in the past. We'll take a look at this as well. Now, your fullest potential here in the month of July is to trust the universe with this Aquarian energy. Some of you, I heard, have Aquarius as your moon as well. Please take that as it resonates. But you are able to trust on a deeper level if you go within, because something has been shattered, some sort of trust has been broken, and it's difficult for you to trust readily or easily, which is, understood here, but it's important to trust in your higher self. Trust that the messages and intuitive insights that you are getting here, Sagittarius, are based in truth, based on what you need to know at this time. Let's clarify your greatest strength here, which is to relax. What do we need to know? How can we succumb to more relaxation, go more with the flow instead of whatever this resistance or energy that's coming at you is, or what you could even be giving off, right? We got to take responsibility for our energy at times as well. What do we have here, please, for Sagittarius? King of Coins. This may be career. Some of you may be stressed about money. We have the Three of Cups. There could have been a third party energy here in the past. Someone may have jeopardized your stability. I'm getting something around the workplace. Some of you may have had a work affair. I'm sensing as well, I am getting marriage. So someone may have been interested in someone who was married. Please take that as it resonates. Now, I am getting here, you felt betrayed, because someone may have promised you the world. Someone may have broken their promises. Seven of Swords showing up here. Now, again, this is greatest strength. So regardless of what's happened in the past here, Spirit is saying here, trust and relax, because there's not, if a situation is replaying out here for you, I feel like you will learn this lesson so it doesn't happen again. Trust your intuition. If some of you are being triggered by a past experience, but deep down you know that it is a trigger. You know that there's a wound from the past coming up. I'm getting two different scenarios here, and I want to talk about that for a moment. So some of you, you're being triggered in the moment, and Spirit saying, relax. It's not true. That's an old illusion. You may think that someone is going to cheat or someone is cheating. For others of you, this could be a scenario that is playing out at this time, because there is excessive expectations. I am getting broken promises here, or that was the case. That's why you have trust here showing up, because that is the fullest potential, is for you to trust a situation, that this situation is happening the way it's supposed to for your growth or for your evolution, whether it's actually trusting in a situation or a person, or, that someone is being real, because it may be a trigger that's showing up from the past, and maybe that's why you need to go within and take a deep look into with the deeper energy. And for others of you, you are being called and activated to relax through a situation that may have been difficult. There may have been hidden deceit, or this can even be self-deception with the Seven of Swords. And this is about you going within and relaxing in order for you to be able to see what you need to see, which is to secure your abundance in a new way, to trust in the universe, trust that abundance is available to you here, so you can celebrate with those that you love, celebrate with your tribe, with your team, with your coworkers, with your friends, because there is a celebratory energy. Also, some of you may have found out recently that a friend or a lover or an ex may have gotten married, and you feel a little bit of deceit. There could be someone that you met. They're giving me the song right now. Gosh, it's an Alanis Morissette song. I can't think of the title here, but it is ironic. The song is ironic, and it talks about meeting the man of my dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife. So for a lot of you, there's a lot of irony that's taking place here. Some of you may actually hear that song on the radio, or I haven't heard it on the radio for a long time, but some of you may recently hear Alanis Morissette, or maybe you've just watched a documentary or a podcast, something that has to do with her, or there's some songs or some words that may really resonate with you in those lyrics. But I do feel you're getting honest with yourself, and Spirit saying here, trust that you have what it takes to go within and to really shift your reality. So really deep energy here, Sagittarius. Now, action steps for you to take in the month of July. It's time to step up and lead. Step up and lead here. Now, we just had that full moon activated in the sign of Capricorn on July 3rd, which was very intense, very powerful, and it was all about taking a reality check. So getting honest with yourself, getting honest with those around you. There may be a very important conversation, Sag, that you have with a loved one, with an employer, with someone who has lied to you or done you dirty. I'm also getting that someone lied straight to your face. Someone may have said something straight to your face and you knew it was a lie, and you didn't know how to respond possibly. But I feel like you're stepping up here and leading. There's something with the throat chakra being activated, some sort of communication. There could be legal action, some sort of legal action. Please take that as it resonates. Let's take a look here. Action steps for you in the month of July to step up and lead. But also here to not compare, okay? There is Queen of Cups here, which can be about intuitive compassion. Remember, keeping that heart open here and intuitively knowing that you can trust in yourself instead of comparing, instead of letting triggers or wounds from the past stifle your intuition, because the Queen of Cups, she can take things very personally. She needs to fill her own cup first. And that's kind of what I'm getting here for some of you. And it's important for you to be in this positive light of the Queen of Cups. And she is highly intuitive. She gives great advice. Some of you, this could be you going to a therapist, a counselor, a coach, a psychic, an intuitive, a seer, a healer. Queen of Cups here is someone who can help you up out of a situation through her unconditional love, advice, and compassion. This can be you. This can be what you do for other people. If this is your career, a lot of you are being called to step up and lead at this time. Take your career, your coaching, your healing business, your nursing, take something to the next level. I'm also getting some of you, I see someone wearing scrubs. So you could be a massage therapist, or you could be a nurse, Sagittarius, or a doctor. I do feel here that you're being called to heal heal either personally, professionally, help other people, help yourself. There is this energy here of radical changes showing up in your world. You're being called to step up in whatever way, shape, or form. Your intuition is calling you to do that. Let's take a look. I want to get one more card here for action. What do we need to know here for Sagittarius? Okay. Something may feel scattered. You may not feel clear, or you may not be hearing or giving yourself sound, solid advice. But Seven of Coins says that the fruits of your labor, if you continue to dive deeper, if you continue to keep going, not give up, not diminish yourself, there's something that will pay off here for you. Because I'm also getting that if someone is not giving you back in return what you're putting out there, you're going in a new direction. So perhaps a job that you are working your butt off for, but they're just treating you like a number. They're not giving you good compensation. They're not telling you you've done a good job, or there's no incentives or rewards for you to stay working for this business or this company. I feel like you're looking elsewhere and moving on. Same goes for a relationship. If you're sick of walking on eggshells, literally there with a golden egg that's cracked, I feel like you need to create a sense of stability for yourself, and you're going to do what you need to do to pivot, to course correct, or to shift up the energy here so you can step up and lead towards that life of abundance that you truly seek and desire, Sag. So messages from your guides. Be real. Aquarian energy. Be real. Be real with yourself. Be real with others. People will tell you who they are real quickly, even if they're wearing a false mask, even if it's a facade, because we have built-in BS detectors. We have a radar system within called our intuition. You have what it takes to be able to read the room. Sagittarius, read someone's energy. A lot of you are highly psychic, highly intuitive yourselves. And I do feel here it's important for you to be real and tell someone what you need to tell them, instead of feeling like, again, you have to walk on eggshells or you have to hold back because you're afraid of stirring the pot. Now, I'm not saying you want to go towards drama all month long, but if there's something that needs to be said, it needs to be out in the open so the air is cleared. Because right now I'm getting that you could cut through the air with a sword here. I am getting strong Queen of Swords and King of Swords type of energy here, Sagittarius. Even though you are a fire sign, I'm getting here some sort of conflict with communication or with yourself. This can be sometimes rationally overthinking things. With the Queen and King of Swords, they can be very clever, right? They can be very intelligent, very logical, very rational, but they can be sometimes sharp and cold and lack some emotions. And that's why you have this Scorpio emotional energy showing up as your overall theme here for the month of July. Be real. What makes you happy? What do you need to do in this situation? What conversation do you have to have with someone? What type of closure can you get? What is it that you need? Speak up for yourself here. Your guides want you to know that you have what it takes. You're worthy, and that you can shift your energy, and whether you want to match the energy of someone else or whether you want to move on and match with the new energy, that's completely up to you. That's why we have the gift of free will. But sometimes we match with an energy that we don't like, but we don't know how to disconnect. We don't know how to detach from that energy. And I feel for you, it has to do with your thoughts, but some of you are overthinking a situation here. Now let's get a final outcome for you. Well, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at this a little bit more. Let's take a look at what else you need to know, because Spirit's saying not yet, go back. So messages from your guides. How can you be more real? How can you learn how to detach if there's something you feel stuck on? What do you need to know from Spirit? The Sun. Spirit wants you to know here, Sagittarius, that you can have this unbridled joy, that you can have this abundance, this happiness, this success, this good health, and enjoy it with the good people and good times and good memories. Instead of waiting for that rug to get pulled out from underneath you, instead of waiting for that other ball to drop, or waiting for the next fight or the next argument or the next tower moment. This is about you enjoying the present, enjoying the now. This is about reigniting that fire and that spark within and bringing out that youthful, playful side of yourself that doesn't have to carry the heavy burdens of everyone else or everything that you have gone through. This is about spirit loving you unconditionally because you are connected. You are source energy yourself. And source wants you to know, spirit wants you to know, the universe, God, angels, whatever it is that you call your higher power, one or all the above, be real. Because that real, authentic part of yourself is going to lead to that happiness that you seek. Beautiful. All right. Last but not least, let's get an overall celebratory outcome. What can you celebrate in the month of July? Virgo, trust all will be well. So you have two cards here about trust. Wow. Remember, this is your fullest potential to trust the universe with this Aquarian energy. And now your final outcome is trust all will be well, because there's something that you are, again, possibly overthinking, or you don't trust it's going to pan out in the way that you think. Well, hello, sunshine here. Something is going to turn out a lot better. So the message I'm getting here is don't catastrophize. Don't create a molehill out of an anthill, right? Don't put all this energy towards the glass half empty when really you can fill that cup up as high as you want, full of self-love, full of courage and determination and motivation and energy. You have what it takes here to succeed in any area that you feel stuck in. So Sagittarius, trust that all will be well and that you are living and leading from a place of truth and authenticity. And if you're not, this is the month to make some big changes so you can embrace that second chance that the judgment offers. That is what I have for you, Sag. I hope it resonates. Pretty deep, pretty intense. I suggest if you would like to check out your rising sign and your moon sign, you can get a whole picture because there's so much going on in the month of July. Now remember, your moon sign is more of your inner emotions, your inner world, your internal system here. And then the rising or ascending sign, that can be what you put out into the world. It can be what you achieve even in the latter half of your lifetime. It can be about your potential as well. So if you take a look at the bigger picture, and these bonus readings for July are quite intense because I feel the energy is so intense. So thank you so much for being here. If this resonates, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you are vibing with the energy of the channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sagittarius. Lots of love.